Welcome to the Disruptive Voices of the Pacific podcast. I'm coming to you from Fiji, where I'm currently here distributing thousands of our sex, dating, and relationships book. I've just ridden across America, raised $58,000, which has been incredible. And so I'm really excited that we can get to our young people here in Fiji. In the last 2 weeks, I've spoken in many schools, church youth groups, workplaces, sporting clubs. So there is a real desperation for this resource. So thank you for journeying with me in that and just being a part of what is happening, which is really exciting. But today my guest is a very special woman come to tell her story. Her name is Kara. She's currently living in Australia, but was born in Fiji. And she has a really powerful story. She was conceived through rape many years ago and just wants to come and share the value of her life. So thank you, Kara.
Thank you for having me, Letitia.
So good to be with you today. And you reached out to me a couple of weeks ago saying that you wanted to share your story on my upcoming book and do this podcast. Maybe just tell us currently a little bit about yourself and what you're doing, and then we'll dive into your story.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure. If there's any way I could help, any way to save a life. Life is so precious. It is so precious. Well, I'm 52 now. Born in Fiji. I'm here in Queensland. This is married twice now. My first husband, we married for 25 years, had 6 beautiful children. And he's with the Lord now. He passed away 2021 in COVID. And the Lord is in control. And so he brought another beautiful man into our lives, 6 children. He came in, broke with, all the broken pieces. God is an awesome God when we put our trust in him, and he will bring the right person to. It's not just about me, it's about those children's lives that God can bring people to. That's Ian, my second husband now, to come and heal the broken hearts. Yeah, trusting in God is everything.
Yeah, it is absolutely everything. So it sounds like you've got your hands full with quite a few children, which is beautiful. They're an absolute gift from the Lord.
Yeah.
So can you describe to us, because you moved to Australia when you were 12, um,
Mm.
just describe to us before we get on to your story of conception, what was life growing up for you? What was it like for you in Fiji?
At 12 or
Well, from 0 to 12.
I grew up with my grandparents. All I knew was they loved me. All I knew my mom, she's always there. Um, I never knew anything else except, I grew up where the families love. It was hard life. Was not easy for them. But it doesn't really matter, does it? All I can remember is my grandparents, they did everything to make sure that we have food on the table, clothes, a shelter, and love. Love is so important. We were welcomed, we were accepted, and discipline when discipline is needed. Yeah, but it's all done in love.
What
Mm.
part of Fiji were you living in?
So mainly in Taveuni, until I was 8, and then went to Nobalavo in Avea, stayed there for a few years, 2 years, and then I came up to Melbourne. My auntie lost a child, so they adopted me. 3 years until I was year 10, yeah.
Yeah.
And then moved back to Fiji.
You moved back to Fiji. Okay.
Mm.
Yes. And you were studying back in Fiji
Yeah,
as
so
well.
I went to New South for 2 years, then got into nursing. I did a couple of 1 year, and on my second year I left because I wanted to get married. I married Sean then and moved back Melbourne again.
Okay. So it was at the age of 20 where you found out that you were conceived through rape. Can you tell us, how did you find out this information and how did it impact you?
Well, this man just turned up into the nursing school, and he said, "Oh, I am your father." I'm like, never heard about it before. And he said, "Okay." So went out, because you gotta find out if what he's saying is the truth. And then went to that weekend. I went to my parents, my mom, and my grandparents. They were all sitting there, and I asked, "Who is Martin?" This man turned up in the nursing school, said, "He's my father." "Who is he?" Oh, it's like, open up. Oh, my mom got up and, just went out of the room, tears going down. And my grandfather just turned to me and said, "All you need to know, we love you, and you know that. That's all you need to know. You are loved. You belong to us." And that's when you try to find out. And I wish sometimes you wish you never find the truth. But if it's helpful for anybody now, it's good to know the truth.
Mm.
Set it out to free somebody else.
Mm. So your grandfather told you that Martin was your biological father?
Yes, and then I actually asked another auntie, and then they started putting together, because everything became a hush. All of a sudden, they found out my mom was married. My mom was engaged to a Canadian guy who's going to get her wedding dress, and the next thing, she's married off to somebody. And so, no, I found out later from another auntie that what happened to her. And so my grandfather was actually the one who did everything to just cover everything up, because they want to protect her. They want to protect her reputation. But in a way, is it really protecting her? You're actually protecting that culprit.
Yeah, exactly. Your mum never did anything wrong. As
No.
you said, she was engaged to another man who had returned
Mm.
overseas to get the wedding dress.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
meanwhile, she was raped by a local Fijian on the island of Taveuni
yeah. He
and
was
fell
a
pregnant with you.
manager,
He was a
corporate
manager.
manager, and because he was, something high up, you don't go against someone that's more important than you.
Okay. So yes, and then when she found out that she was pregnant, what happened then?
So they married her off to, because he was a married man too. He couldn't have any child with a wife. That's why he wanted a young girl to who not caring about her really. Um, so they got married the next year. So they married off to this man who never wanted anything to do with me.
Okay, wow. And
Mhm.
how did have you been able to talk to your mum about this and how she felt?
Yeah, she's she didn't regret it. She said, it was never an option. It was just hard, um, keeping that all, and it was hard for her.
Hmm.
And then the one man that she married, he was quite abusive, because of the situation. But the option of abortion it's not even on the table. It's just because her parents, they're Methodists, and they read their Bible. They know taking another life, that's murder. That's not an option. To just trust in God when everything is hard, is that's what trust is.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's really refreshing to hear, Cara, because at the moment I'm currently working on another book called The Silent Cry, and it's stories of
Mm.
abortions. And so I've been interviewing Fijian women about their stories, and many of them have been pressured by the church, by their parents who are Christians. So it seems like because of the shame and the silence, they're wanting to cover up these pregnancies. So it's actually refreshing to hear about some Methodists who believe the Bible
Oh,
and
yeah.
got alongside your mother and encouraged her to keep you, because I guess if there is one argument for abortion, which I hear constantly, it's if the woman was raped, then it's okay to abort. But you're a living testimony that every life is ordained by God and precious by God. So I'm just so pleased to hear that your parents really followed Jesus and stood up
Yeah,
for.
because it's the thing that you have to, for them, they didn't look at it has happened. They can't change that. And so to look at the order of life instead and trust in that God. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So your mother married the cousin to the man who raped you.
Mm.
Um, I mean, that would have been hard being married to a relative of the person who raped you. How did she? And then, of course, he was abusive on top of that.
Yeah. So they had two kids, and she left him. She left him. You don't have to be in an abusive physically. You can pray for them from a distant away, but you don't have to be there with them. So she left and stayed with my parents for until she found love. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so she remarried again.
He remarried 10 will be 12, 10 years later.
Yeah,
Yeah, she found a man who's a beautiful. They fell in love.
yeah,
Even though
lovely.
it was rough, they fell in love. Yeah, yeah, that was love.
And what happened to the man who she was originally engaged to, who went overseas to get the wedding dress? Did he come back?
He came back in his yacht with a white wedding dress, but she has left Avea then, Vulnerable, and she was in um, Tavioni. Though he came to look for her, she just nah. She was too ashamed. I
Yes.
asked her why. Why didn't you just talk to him? He would have. You guys would have worked out a solution. Back then
Yeah.
it was, she said, I couldn't understand back then everything. It's very shameful. You are
Yeah.
single, you are without anything, and to have a child like that is it's your
Yeah.
fault. It's your fault. How can,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? A
uh,
culture where the victim is at blame, not the perpetrator.
yeah, yeah, especially when they have some power in society. Oh
Yeah.
no, you're going against them. Who will believe you?
Yeah. No, this is what we've got to disrupt, that
Yeah.
turn it around. Did you continue? So from that day when Martin walked in to nursing college and said, I'm your father, uh,
Yeah.
began to piece your story together. Did you continue to have a relationship with him, or was that a once off?
No, he came back again. Twice, three. The time I didn't see him, but when he came back, I came up to him and I said, "Look, I heard what happened. Don't come back. I will let the police know if you about what happened if you come back again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I was a bit hard, but I didn't want to see him again. And I said, if you turn up again, I will call the police."
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So you didn't continue to have a relationship. And your uncle and auntie adopted you and brought you out to Australia. So essentially, have they been your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. And my grandparents. So I have
Yeah.
lots of parents.
Yeah, exactly. Which is beautiful that God had a community around you to help raise
Mm.
you. Um,
Mm.
and so life has been full and exciting for you. Do you have any
Mm.
regrets? Are you thankful that you're alive, that your mother chose to keep you?
Oh yeah, yeah. At the same time, when you feel guilty, of how it happened, but to be alive I'm getting goosebumps. It's so good. It's even though yes, life is hard, but oh, to be able to breathe the fresh air, I know I said it in my speech, to see colors, to taste food. I think I've had so much food now. To see my children, they would never be the 6 kids. Even I had a miscarriage. 6 children and then to know they're gonna have children and to see them, well, the first one he's an accountant. The second one she's gonna be nursing. She's got a job in the hospital. The third one is gonna be a nurse. Even before all this, teach them music. We would go out in the nursing home, bringing joy to the old people.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to help somebody and to be alive. We wouldn't been able to do that. These kids, the friends, the community that they're in, it wouldn't be there if I wasn't alive. I wasn't given life.
Yeah. And now you have a legacy of 6 children and grandchildren on the way. And
I hope so. Yes, I'm waiting.
what would you say to someone who says it's okay to abort a child that is conceived from rape? What would be your message to them?
Oh, please don't. Give that child life. Give that child an option to choose whether they want to be alive or not later on. Just don't take. You're not God. That's not for you. Oh, it's beautiful to just give someone. Life is such a blessing, and for you to be able to just, adoption is another option. It doesn't matter what circumstances you're in. Oh, give that child a life. That's the best blessing you can get, even when you are in such a hard place. Please ring me. I'll help you. There's so many people out there that want to help you.
Yeah, well said. And I will put the link to Life Runners Fiji up with this interview, because we know that they do some fantastic support here in Fiji for women who find themselves unexpectedly pregnant. So there is help and there is hope. And we are so glad that you are alive. Carry on.
I think when we go through hard times, we just look at that and we don't see that God has a future for you. God has a future for that plan, for that child. He has a plan for that child. And isn't it beautiful to give it to God who created the universe? My God, there's nothing impossible for that God.
Yeah, absolutely. He formed you and knitted you while you were in your mother's womb. Even though how you were conceived is not a godly way, but he still has a plan and a purpose. And I know that you've been used powerfully in Australia to speak at big pro-life rallies and share your story. So thank you for being a voice in Australia, but also now here in Fiji. This will go out to many people and I'm sure encourage people towards life. So thank you, Cara, for joining us today. And your story is going to be in our next book. And I want to encourage anyone, if you have a story, whether it's similar to Cara's or maybe you did abort, we'd love to hear your story. You can share it anonymously, but this is about breaking the silence on these taboo topics. So God bless, Cara. We wish you and your beautiful children and your husband all the best.
Thank you, Letitia. Thank you. God bless you.